Now the next topic is induced magnetism. I will explain you this with the help of this diagram. You can see the figure. This is an unmagnetized bar which is made up of iron or steel. It is placed near, or you can say in contact with the magnet, very close contact with the magnet. Now this iron bar start behaving as a magnet when it is kept in the vicinity of a magnet, when it is kept in close contact with a magnet. How we come to know this? For that, what we did is we sprinkle some of the iron fillings near the iron bar. All the iron fillings get attracted towards the iron bar and cling to it. What does it show? It shows that iron bar is showing the property, attractive property of a magnet. It start behaving as a magnet. Now if this magnet is removed, now all the iron fillings which have clung to it will fall down, get separated from the iron bar. You can see in the second figure. All the iron fillings are separated away from the iron bar as soon as the magnet is removed from it. Fine. So this type of magnetism which is induced in the unmagnetized bar made up of iron or steel, that magnetism is called induced magnetism. And this magnetism is of temporary nature. It is temporary because when it is kept near the magnet, it behaves as a magnet. As soon as the magnet is removed, its magnetism gets lost. It loses its magnetism. So this kind of magnetism is temporary magnetism and it is called induced magnetism. So you have to learn the definition of induced magnetism. It is given: the temporary magnetism acquired by a magnetic material when it is kept near or in contact with a magnet is called induced magnetism. Alright? The process in which the piece of magnetic material acquires the magnetic properties temporarily in presence of another magnet near it is called magnetic induction. And this process in which the magnetic material is acquiring the magnetic properties when it is kept in the near contact to the magnet, that process is called magnetic induction. So two definitions you have to learn. One is the induced magnetism, which is a temporary magnetism, and another one is the magnetic induction, which is a process in which a magnetic material is acquiring the magnetic property temporarily in presence of another magnet near it. That is called magnetic induction. Alright. Now, induction precedes attraction. This is a statement and it can be asked, explain this statement. What do you mean by induction precedes attraction? Always remember that first the magnetism is induced. The first step is induction. After that, attraction takes place. So now if we explain again with the help of the previous diagram, what is happening in this? This iron bar is first inducing the magnetism. It first starts behaving as a magnet in the presence of this magnet which is kept near it. So induction is taking place first. After that, when the iron fillings are sprinkled near the iron bar, they cling to it, they are attracted towards the iron. So attraction takes place afterwards. First, the induction takes place and secondly, the attraction takes place. So this statement can be explained in this way. So induction precedes attraction, yes, that is true, and it can be explained on the basis of the same figure. Alright, then induced magnetism is temporary. That is also a true statement and you can explain this. The explanation can be asked. What do you mean by induced magnetism is temporary? I told you that magnetism which is induced in a bar of iron or steel is of temporary nature. When it is kept near the magnet, it starts behaving as a magnet. As soon as the magnet is removed, it loses its magnetism. So the nature is temporary or not? Yes, obviously. So you can explain induced magnetism is temporary like this. Alright. After that, moving on to next topic, lines of magnetic field. Now what is a magnetic field? What do you mean by magnetic field? The space around a magnet in which the needle of a compass rests in a direction other than the geographic north-south direction is called magnetic field of the magnet. So around a magnet there is a space in which the magnetic field strength of a magnet can be experienced. That space is called magnetic field of a magnet. In order to know the direction of a magnetic field, the magnetic compass needle is used. Magnetic compass needle is basically a plastic case. I will show you this magnetic compass needle as soon as the school reopen. It is a plastic case and it consists of like this. I can draw it here. It is a magnetic like that. This is a plastic case and in this there is a needle. This is a needle. This needle will move and its movement will show the direction of the magnetic field. This pointer points in north direction and this tail is in the south direction, points the south direction. Fine. Now if this needle moves this way, then it proves that this is the north and this is the south of the magnetic field. And it can move this way also, which shows the north of the magnetic field lies this way and south is here. So the magnetic compass needle is used in order to test the polarity of a magnet or to tell the direction of the magnetic field. Two uses, and these two uses of magnetic compass needle are given in your chapter page 1, first page of the magnetism chapter in your modern physics book. It is given, so please learn it. What are the two uses, what are the two functions of magnetic compass needle? Alright, now if we keep the magnetic compass needle on a table, fine, we see the needle of a magnetic compass rest in north-south direction. There is no change in the needle direction. It remains at its own position in north and south. Fine. Now if this magnetic compass needle is kept near a bar magnet, I take a bar magnet and keep this magnetic compass needle near it, it immediately starts swinging from its rest position. It either swings to this side or to that side. It changes its direction. What does it show? It shows that there is a magnetic field of this bar magnet. This bar magnet is having its own magnetic field, because of which the magnetic compass needle shows the deflection. Now if I change the position of the magnetic compass needle to this point, suppose I keep it here, then again the magnetic compass needle deflects towards another side. It can swing to any other side. Means the direction keep on changing as the place of position changes of magnetic compass needle. Fine. So the region in which the magnetic compass needle is influenced, it shows the deflection in its direction. That region is called magnetic field. Alright, so this is the definition of the magnetic field of the magnet, which you have to learn. The space around a magnet in which the needle of a compass rests in a direction other than the geographic north-south direction is called magnetic field of the magnet. Now one thing you have to remember, that magnetic field is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity means it has both magnitude as well as direction. It has magnitude as well as direction also. Now we are moving on to magnetic field lines. Fine. For magnetic field lines, what we did is we take a cardboard. This is a cardboard we have taken. a cardboard, we keep the magnet in between the cardboard. This is the north pole, this is the south pole. We keep the bar magnet somewhere between the cardboard. We sprinkle some of the iron fillings over it. Iron fillings we sprinkle. The iron fillings sprinkle over the magnet, and as soon as we tap the cardboard, the iron fillings arrange themselves in a particular way. This is shown in the diagram. These dashed lines you are seeing in the diagram, these are the iron fillings which arrange themselves because of the force of attraction exerted by the bar magnet on them. They all align themselves in this way. These lines, these alignment of iron fillings around the bar magnet because of the force exerted by the bar magnet on them, attractive force, that is called magnetic field lines. So magnetic field lines, the definition for it is, a magnetic field line is a continuous curve in a magnetic field such that the tangent at any point of it gives the direction of the magnetic field at that point. Now what do you mean by the word tangent in this? Tangent means a line which touch the curve at a point. A line which touch the curve only at a point. Like if I say this is the magnetic, this is like this. The iron fillings arrange themselves in this way. So this is the curve. This is another curve. This is another curve. These all are the curves. At any point, if I want to know the direction of the magnetic field, I will draw the tangent at this point. The tangent at this point will give the direction of the magnetic field at that point. And one thing you have to remember is that these magnetic field lines are hypothetical. They are imaginary. They don't exist in reality. They are just imaginary lines. They give the pictorial representation of the magnetic field around the magnet. Alright, so you have to learn the definition of the magnetic field lines. Once again I am repeating, a magnetic field line is a continuous curve. Continuous curve means they are close and continuous, means they are not only, they don't exist only outside a magnet. Like if it is north, it is south. They don't exist only outside the magnet, they exist inside the magnet also. They start from north to south outside the magnet and south to north inside the magnet. So they are closed and continuous. Fine. So we say a magnetic field line is a continuous curve in a magnetic field such that the tangent at any point of it gives the direction of the magnetic field at that point. After that, properties of the magnetic field lines, which are very important. The magnetic field lines have the following properties. You have to learn all the properties. They are closed and continuous curves. I have already explained. Outside the magnet, they are directed from the north pole towards the south pole. This is also explained to you that outside the magnet, their direction is from north pole to the south pole. I told you that magnetic field is a vector quantity. It has magnitude as well as direction. So what is the direction? Outside the magnet, they are from north to south, and inside the magnet, they are from south to north. The tangent at any point on a field line gives the direction of the magnetic field at that point. This also I explained. They never intersect. This is very important point, and its explanation can be individually asked. Why they cannot intersect? So they cannot intersect because if they intersect, suppose these are the two magnetic field lines which are intersecting. These are the two curves, two magnetic field lines intersecting at this point. At this point, if we take this curve, the direction is this way of the magnetic field, tangent to the curve, and direction according to this will be this way, according to this curve. So at a point the direction of the magnetic field is two directions it is having. How is it possible to have two direction of magnetic field at a point? It is not possible. It is an impossible case. It means they never intersect. Alright, so if it is asked why the two magnetic field lines cannot intersect, you have to explain that if they intersect, then there will be two directions at a point, two directions of magnetic field at a point, which is not possible. And thus magnetic field lines cannot intersect. You can see the figure, this figure. These all are the magnetic field lines and you can see no one is intersecting. Alright, okay, move on. Fifth property, they are crowded near the poles of the magnet where the magnetic field is strong and are separated near the middle of the magnet and far from the magnet where the magnetic field is weak. Means where the magnetic field lines are crowded closer to each other, there the magnetic field strength is more. Do remember that magnetic field strength is strong near the poles. Near the poles they are more crowded and thus the magnetic field strength is more. They are stronger near the poles. Whereas near the center of the magnetic field strength is weak. The magnetic field strength is more near the poles and at the center magnetic field strength is weak. Next property, parallel and equidistant field lines represent a uniform magnetic field. If the magnetic field lines are parallel and uniform means like this. Like this. These are the magnetic field lines and they are parallel to each other. And they are equidistant. Equidistant means they are at equal distances from each other, which shows that they have uniform magnetic field. What does it show? The magnetic field lines, if they are parallel and equidistant, which shows that they have uniform magnetic field. Uniform magnetic field means that the magnetic field strength is same everywhere. It is uniform. They behave like the stretched elastic rubber strings. Their behavior is like stretched elastic rubber strings. Alright. So learn all the properties. Thank you.